for all of the backers and potential backers. This is Nick. This is Christopher Beyer, who does the board art and oversleeps. This is our friend Scissors, and we're going to start playing the game. And this is Karaira is the one who is filming right now.
Camera woman.
No, hold on. Camera person.
Camera ninja.
Yes, camera ninja. Here are my choices. Uh-oh, it's ladies' night. And it feels all right. Well, this is, I don't know. To me, this looks, it might not. Does that look like, what are those muscles called? Cloits? What are those things called? What are these things? Where your neck? Delts?
Do I look like I know?
We're moving on.
They're neck muscles.
They're belts.
I'm just going to try to roleplay this as a real person.
I like it. I like it.
To the bottom
I'm just
of the deck.
playing giant because I don't like brain.
Yeah, I have to do this.
I cannot resist being Fancy Beard.
Fancy beard, I dig.
Alright, let's do our...
Alright, so I get to be the hero killer dark giant
Whoa.
or the hypermobile barefoot giant.
Ooh, dark.
I'm probably going to go dark.
Dark giant. Alright, so let me go ahead and reveal who I am. I am Eternal Star, and we are playing with quirks, so I am a cosmic hero. And for those of you who do not know what cosmic heroes do, cosmic heroes want to be injured, and interestingly enough, I lucked out and got a hero B card that cares about being injured as well. So, Star means that I can deal 5 damage to a character at range 2, so I can hit something up to range 2, and I deal 1 damage to the villain for each injury I have. Now, Eternal says as long as I am injured, my attack actions deal +1 damage, so I'm actually hitting for a lot, and I'm incentivized to be hurt. So, unfortunately, I've got one of the more interesting quirks here, Convoluted Origin Story. So after I rest, I have to share insight into how I became a superhero. So I'm going to have to actually create a narrative throughout the game. So, Nick, who are you?
I am Fancy Beard.
That's who you really are.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I have an awkward catchphrase.
Oh, gross.
So, my superpower does 5 damage to a character at range 3.
What is your superpower called?
Crustache.
No, Crush Stash.
Crush.
I did not take...
Stash.
Do you understand the amount of hours I had to put into naming these things? Like the puns? I had to look up puns online to name some of these
Well, I
things.
said Crustache. You want me to say Crush Stash?
They're going to send me to the penitentiary. I've spent so much time working on puns.
Oh.
Alright, let's do it.
Since I am a mutant, I have a mutant power also.
Now, how would Wire say mutant?
Mutant.
Overpronounce my T's.
So when I play this card, I can activate the lower ability on this card, which is deal 4 damage to a minion at range 2, lose an injury.
I'm more interested in this lower ability.
And my Hero B card is Fancy, so I start the game with an additional costume action.
Delicious.
Since I have an awkward catchphrase, it means after I play my superpower, I must state my full catchphrase.
So what is your full catchphrase?
It is, facial hair's first and best defense. If you knew how much time I spent on dry cleaning. ...
If you knew how much I spent on dry cleaning.
That's fair, I guess I don't spend time doing my own dry cleaning.
Dark giant.
I need to look fancy.
My superpower is Gigantorpedo, which deals 2 damage to a character at range 1, and I deal +1 damage for each spent action that I have. Nice.
Screaming.
My mutant power lets me play a basic attack action, and it deals +2 damage. And then Dark lets me deal +5 damage to heroes, and if I KO a hero, I get an additional 2 fame when I do it. And my quirk is that I'm a fanboy. After anybody completes a headline, or another hero completes a headline, I must stand up and announce that hero's name and what they have accomplished.
That's how you've stayed so trim.
Yes. Constantly standing up
Also,
and shouting.
all right. So one other thing that we should mention is, and we touch upon this kind of in our campaign, but like we'll talk about this more later. But not only does your hero type sort of determine what kind of hero you are and like what kind of strategy you're going to have, it's going to determine like 3 other cards that you have. So because I'm a cosmic hero, I start with a special action, and my special action is called Deflect. So what Deflect says, and we're getting ready to update all the templates on these, but just bear with us. So this, I can't do anything. I can't actively play this card, but whenever I block with this card, whenever I defend, I deal 1 damage to the villain. So it gives me the ability to plink, 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 hit the villain like while I'm defending. The special action, or the epic action that I can unlock by way of my bonus card here is called Blast. And it says I can deal 6 damage any way I choose, divided amongst any number of characters at range 2. It deals plus 1 damage for each injury I have. So, for example, if I had 2 injuries, I would be able to deal 8 damage. Interestingly enough, because I am Eternal, I would actually deal 1 more damage. So if I get to 2 injuries, I'd be able to knock out this guy, henchman, and a underling with 1 action. And then your hero type also determines what sort of card you're playing here, which is your bonus card. The top 2 abilities are to simply unlock this epic action, Blast. And the next one is, these are one-time abilities that you can use that are specific to this faction, or hero type, rather. All right, so, and the mutants have mutant power, which is the secondary text here on the bottom. So his mutant power activates this ability, which is called Gargantulanche. And he can unlock a card called Surge that says if his mutant power is spent and his superpower is spent, he can activate both. So it allows him to sort of do like a cool combo with his mutant abilities.
Do you want to explain why there's a 0 there?
It's a 0 stamina. So this card is not meant to be used for blocking purposes. It's purely meant to be used to activate both of these abilities. So why this card might seem like it's a little powerful, you have to sort of set it up. So you have to make sure that both of those cards are in your discard pile. You could be opportunely hit by another hero, which can screw everything up. So this is in fact a drawback, the fact that this has no stamina value. It has 0 defensive purposes. All right. So Dark Giant is terrifying. Who are we battling? We're doing the Littering, Loitering, and Jaywalking map. So the villain is Mama Hornet. Mama Hornet. Mama Hornet is walking around throwing garbage all over the streets of Zeta City, and apparently Mama knows best. So, I don't know, I guess littering is like the cool thing to do. So,
all the cool kids are littering.
So why don't you tell people what Mama Hornet does, Nick?
Okay, so Mama says the damage dealt to this villain is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. So she's tougher than the regular villains.
It's denoted by her arm hair.
And Hornet, her power is called Swarm Storm. Did I say that one right?
Correct.
Her ability is deal 4 damage to each hero at range 2, deal 2 damage to each other hero. So she hits you a lot harder when she's closer.
She's got bees in her hair. And Nick, just so Nick only learned English 3 weeks ago, so if he comes off as
pretty good for that.
He's actually from a little where he's from Mykonos. All right, so the game will now begin. We roll to see who goes first.
6.
And as always, Nick is luckier than everyone else.
Like a boss.
I could roll a d10 and I would still lose.
So on this map, the villain is littering, loitering, and jaywalking, so she's going to walk across the street, but you're not allowed to walk in the middle of the street because you're a good guy. You need to abide by the laws. So
no jaywalking.
No jaywalking. You can only cross at the crosswalks. So on this map, according to the setup instructions, you get to start on one of the crosswalk spaces. So I'm going to start near the villain here on this crosswalk space.
So, I'm glad that I'm actually last here because Dark Giant's going to choose who. Are you sure you don't want to go there so you know you at least have one guy to hit?
I'm sure.
Here's the thing. I want to be injured, but Dark Giant actually looks pretty awesome. He looks like it's like Andre the Giant and Riot.
He was on SEAL Team 6.
Yeah. Playing like, what's that?
I don't feel like he'd be very stealthy being that tall.
Andre the Giant in Navy SEALs 2. I'm going to hang out over here, away from this Smasher guy. Now see, some people might think that right now, like, oh, well, that's stupid. Dark is better at hitting heroes, so no one started near him. Well, guess what? That means that he now has free reign over here, no competition. So think of that as like a sort of inherent advantage of the fact that people are afraid of you. And there's nothing to stop him, as this villain is going to move around.
there's nothing to say that he can't run over and start pounding on us at any point in time.
Yeah,
during the
I'm
game.
basically zoning them out to claim this part of the map for the early part of the game.
So let's go ahead and talk about the headlines that came up. So Nick, you want to do that? So we have the first fixed headline that's on the board, which is throw away one piece of litter. How do we accomplish that?
Okay, so on this map, she's littering, and jaywalking, so she's going to be littering throughout the course of the map. So during the villain phase, what we're going to do is follow the instructions written here on the board, and we'll do that when we get to the villain phase. Let's go over here now so everybody understands what's going on. So the first one says the villain moves to the next sequentially numbered space. So she starts on 1, she's going to move to 2.
You might want to. So we're going to fix this in the updated map, so
that
it matches the threat track. Right now, it's kind of a little confusing. It's like when it moves to 1, you move to 2. But
so the next one says advance the threat track and resolve its effect. So here's the threat track here along the left side of the map. You move it up and then you check the color of the space to see if there's an ability attached. If it's white, just nothing happens. So when it's yellow, it says the villain litters. Place an event token on the space with the villain. So we take one of these event tokens and just tuck it right under the villain. So the rule book for this scenario will tell you that that is litter, and the rules for litter are that when you land on that space, you can pick up the litter. So if I landed on this space with litter, I would pick up this event token and put it in my achievements. I have to end my movement on this space. I can't just like run by and pick it up on the way. So I have to end my movement there. At any point during the game, if I'm at range 1 of one of these 4 trash cans, I can throw a piece of litter away. So when I would do that, I would score 1 fame, because it says throw away a piece of litter on the scoring is 1 fame, and I would achieve this headline. All these headlines can only be achieved once. So I don't get to re-achieve the headline if I throw a second piece of litter away. So then I would put my token there and start to unlock some of my bonuses.
yeah, so the idea here is you have to balance short-term and long-term goals, okay? So these come up, and so the other ones that we have are KO 2 henchmen. So that's the bigger meeples here. We have KO 3 underlings, which is the little guys. We have gain 10 fame. So as we are doing this, so like when you K out a henchman here, you get 2 fame. When you K out an underling, you get K out.
K out.
K out. When you KO an underling, eyes, you gain 1 fame. So interestingly, as we beat up the villain, we take the HP off of the villain, and we collect it down here in our achievements, just like we do whenever we knock out the minions and whatnot. But we don't actually score any of the points for this until the end of the game. However, there is a headline here that says dealt 10 damage to the villain. So interestingly, you could like chain headlines, right? So like you could get this, and then that could help you in turn gain the point that pushed you across, gain 10 fame, which could let you unlock multiple things here. And then another strategy is like these abilities are very useful in here. The one shots as we call them versus the unlocking your your epic action rather. So you have to sort of balance, like most people would agree that unlocking your card is the best thing, but sometimes you're in positions where these are actually really good opportunities, so you have to kind of balance that as well. What else is there? Oh, so we lose the game if she runs off the board. She makes it all the way back to the starting space, so ignore this.
Yeah, if she's on 16 and it goes to the next level, she's supposed to move. She actually leaves. This is an older version of the map. When the game comes out, she'll have a flee mechanic.
So all the components you're seeing right now will be have updated templates coming. All right, so let's play.
Okay.
So
I'm the first hero, so I get to play my action first. I'm going to play Superpower, which is deal 5 damage to a character at range 3.
Use your beard.
I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3 the villain, so I'll deal 5 damage to him. Since I have an awkward catchphrase, I'm going to need to say, if you knew how much I spent on dry cleaning, facial hair's first and best defense.
Wow, like nice partial sentence there.
Yeah, they're both.
Nice.
All right, my turn.
Yes, go ahead, Dark Giant.
I'm going to put my mutant power to Gargantulanche, letting me play my charge, which will deal +2 damage.
That just sounds like the most disgusting item you could order at Taco Bell.
So I'm gonna
3 roll of toilet paper.
charge to here and kill this guy because it has +2 damage.
So he
And
gains
score
2
some
fame. Okay, so it's my turn, and I mean I could plan ahead here. I kind of want to just because I want to get knocked out, and my superpower's all right until I'm knocked out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to. See. I know what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to maneuver. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to stand here so I can get maximum ponage. Now, maneuver says after you can move up to 4. You can become the first hero, retrieve a basic or special action. So, since this is a basic action and I have no other basic actions, I don't really care about being the first hero. I'm going to just return it to my hand. So, and I'm done.
So now we go to the villain phase. So we follow these steps.
Okay, now.
It moves to spot 2, or she rather, Mama Hornet. Oh, I missed this. So I used my superpower to deal her 5 damage earlier, but it was supposed to be reduced by 1, so it should only be 4.
Grats.
Thanks for being honest.
So yeah.
Fire.
So we tick this up. Threat track. She drops litter. Boop. Knock myself over.
Bee-covered apple cores.
And
It's an actual
then
token.
we resolve damage. And the way that the villain and the minions attack, so it says villain and minions attack, the little guys, the little underlings, they do 1 damage to each person, each hero next to them, at range 1 of them. And the henchmen do 2 damage, and then Mama Hornet will do whatever it says on her card. So it says deal 4 damage to each hero at range 2, deal 2 damage to each other hero. So I am at range 2, so I'm taking 4, 5, 6. So I will costume over next to Mama Hornet.
Jason.
So now it goes to Buyer. Buyer's turn to take damage. He is not next to her, so she's dealing him 2.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, she's dealing you 2.
What?
She's dealing you 2.
Yeah.
You were
4
not
damage.
ranged.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
2.
Sorry, 7. Which is still fine.
Can you make your giant noise? Oh!
Costume? And I'll just move to right here. This costume allows me to move 1 after I block with it.
It's on you, Trav.
I'm going to costume. How much am I taking? So I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right?
4, 6,
Oh,
8, 10,
no.
11, 12.
No. I'm
That
sorry. I was
represents
counting.
his own damage.
Yeah. Don't let me count. And lock up your dance shoes. So I'm taking 12. That's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna discard strike, defend with strike rather, and then I still owe. So I'm gonna use costume, and I'm going to move 1 using costume. I'm get nice and cozy with Mama Hornet, the bees, and then I'm gonna because I've done that, I've ended my movement in the space with an event token. So I'm gonna take the event token, pick it up.
It's bees.
What is this? Bees?
So
All right.
now we go to the next hero phase. It's my turn. So I will play Strike, become the first hero, which I already am.
Sweet.
And then I will KO this minion, this henchman, and gain 2 fame.
I'm still on the T0 fames.
My turn, I'm going to strike this henchman, gaining 2 fame and unlocking the KO2 henchman headline.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to use my third ability to retrieve 2 actions, and I'm going to get back my costume and my strike.
I am going to use my superpower, Big Bang Boom. It says deal 5 damage to a character at range 2, deal 1 damage to a villain for each injury I have. I have no injuries. Why, hello, Brian Lee.
Hello.
This is our friend George Lucas from 1970. Like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas's son. They did a little something when they were working on Temple of Doom.
They did a little something.
Yeah, they made a baby. They made a Brian. Now we're going to be sued by them. All right.
We get sued by everyone.
We are sued by everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to... What are you on? You're on 1 henchman?
Let's see.
I'm going to dome the villain for 5, which will actually be 4 because she is Mama, and Mama knows best. Good thinking, Mama.
Alright, so we go back to the villain phase.
Ah! Do you remember the time I rolled the dice? One time I did this where I rolled the dice and I was like, it's my turn, and they came out of my hand and I became scared of them in
It
midair.
was only 1!
It was like, and I was like,
It was very sad.
I'm very fearful. You can go ahead and sit down, Brian. You're not allowed to play, but you can watch.
All of a sudden, the 4th player jumps in.
Yeah.
the game.
Boom. 4th player. Tag.
New
Okay.
game mode.
So back to the villain phase. So she's going to move to the 3 space. We're going to tick up the threat track. It's white, so nothing happens. Villains and minion attack. Briarton Abbey.
Oh, that's right, because I'm first.
Danbury Court.
So I'm taking 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
I agree.
7. So I'll just costume and move to here.
Okay, so I will now ask Nick how much damage I'm taking.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Only of 7s? I'll deflect. So I ping her for 1. It's reduced, but it's to a minimum of 1. So I should have 5. And now I do, because my play area is a mess. And I will discard my charge, because I owe 3 more. So I'm done. It's on to the hero phase?
Oh, it's me, sorry.
Yeah.
Taking damage.
Nice
2,
try.
3, 4, 5, 6. I'll costume, and I'll choose to retrieve strike.
Okay. I'm going to. That's terrible. I'll still do it. I'm going to strike and just get this little guy. Gaining 1 point.
Good thinking, mama. Me turns?
U-turns.
Sometimes when you play a tank, you just drive. I don't really know what a tank means, by the way. I don't know what escrow means. I don't know how Roman numerals work. What else do I know?
That's all I can think of right
Yeah.
now.
So I'm gonna run over here.
Apparently I count too. But
Yeah. I'll run. I can't count. I can't do basic arithmetic. So I'm going to run over here next to the garbage can using my maneuver. I can retrieve a basic or special action. So I'm going to retrieve my deflect. So I can ping and then I'll get knocked out. So I'll dump the trash in the garbage, which gives me 1 fame. I'm on the board, boys.
No turning back now.
No turning back now. I'm going to take 1 off of my blast and put this up here on this headline.
Eternal Star has thrown away 1 piece of litter.
So there's Buyer being a fanboy, Dark Giant. All right, so what's going on?
There you go.
I'm going to use strike, so I'll become the first hero.
Wait, are you hitting me?
I would love to hit you, but you're one too many spaces away. I could have charged you, but you can defend it, so it doesn't give me anything. I'll KO this henchman. That is my second henchman.
This will be a headline.
Spoiler alert.
Fancy Beard has KO'd 2 henchmen.
Work them thighs.
I'm going to be tired after this.
All right, so
That's
now
good.
we go to the next
That's
turn.
because you have exactly 1 nutrient in your body.
Mama Hornet moves to number 4. We take this up to yellow. So
And she's dropping
drops another-
Taish.
Taish.
Yeah, that's... Oh, no. Oh, no.
What is happening?
Also, don't let Travis run the game.
Yeah. I have toes for thumbs.
Now we go to take damage.
Just a
So
bunch of
I'm
big toes.
taking 2 from Mama Hornet and 2 damage total from these unrolling. So 4 all day. I will defend with maneuver.
Alright, I am taking 4, 5, 6. I have to do superpower and then maneuver. So I timed that incorrectly.
Gratis. All right. I am taking 2 from the Hornet. Because I'm by the garbage, but it doesn't do extra damage, just thematically speaking. 4, 5. I only have 4 in my hand, which was my plan. So I will use deflect, and I will ping her for 1, but I will be knocked out. I will be the KO'd. So next turn I am forced to rest. So I pick up my cards, I put them face down, and I'm done.
Okay, so back to the hero phase. So I'm going to play Charge, which allows me to move 1 and deal 4 damage to a character at range 1. Since I'm the first hero, it allows me to move another space. So it's move 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and knock out the guy that's in my space. So I'll gain 1 fame.
I have no action, so I'm just going to rest.
I am forced to rest. So now I'm going to do my quirk here, my convoluted origin story. So how did Eternal Star become a hero? Well, you might notice that my face is purple. That's because I was bludgeoned in the face with a radioactive baseball bat when I was on a NASA trip to the Mir... Is it space station? Is it the Mir space station? Yeah, one of the astronauts. We were playing Yahtzee. Things got a little out of control. Had some Bartles and James, Zimas. I got hit in the face with a radioactive bat.
Like a baseball
Like an
bat or
animal?
like a flying
Oh,
alien?
both. It was actually a bat holding a bat hit me in the face. So
Is
yes.
he friends with the vampire?
It has nothing to do with the vampire. I don't really appreciate you bringing it up. You know we used to date, and I think that's just disgusting that you would even bring that up in a public forum. I'm done.
Okay.
More about me later. So we'll leave there at Mir Space Station. I'm laying on the ground. My face is so swollen.
To be continued. So we move back to the villain phase.
No, it's Tay be continued.
No, you're saying it wrong. Moves to 5. We take up the threat track. It's white, so nothing happens.
Mama don't know best.
So we're back to the villain and the minions attacking. I am the first hero. I'm not within range 2 of the Hornet, so I'm only taking 2 from her. One more from each of these little minion underlings, so I take 4 total. I have mutant power left, so I defend it exactly. Pow!
Alright, I'm taking 4 because I'm within range 2, 5, 6, so I will just throw my costume away and move into this piece of trash and pick it up.
You're a piece of trash.
You're a piece of trash.
No, you're a piece of trash.
We're very supportive around here.
Verbal abuse. It's the gold standard. Let's go for this. So I am taking, once again, 5, 6 now because of my injury. Okay? So I will deflect for starters, which lets me deal 1 damage to Mama Hornet. Now, let me check. I have 7 damage to Mama Hornet thus far. So I'm getting close to this headline. So while it might seem that I'm kind of behaving a little weird and I'm not beating up guys, it's because I'm trying to get these that are a little harder for them to cross the threshold over. So I'm tanking my guy out. So unfortunately, deflect is a defense action, so it does not trigger my eternal ability. And I owe, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get rid of maneuver, which I have a feeling that was a mistake, but we'll roll with it. So I over defend. All right, whose turn is it?
It's back to me. Woo! I'm going to rest because I have no actions to play. So I'll return all these, skip my turn to return all these actions to my hand.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, villain phase.
No,
Villain
it's your
phase. It's
turn
your
to play.
turn. How are people going to
Oh,
learn the
did we
game when
just
you don't
go
even know what's happening?
You talk a lot.
You drank so many Zimas last night.
I'm going to maneuver on my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to throw away this piece of trash.
Resolve the whole card first.
I will become the first hero.
What?
And throw away this piece of trash. Gaining 1 point and 1 headline. And I'll just start working towards Surge.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and use my... there was a brief pause there because I like to use psychological warfare when I play the game, which also inadvertently makes people lose track of what's going on. Buyer had to go to the bathroom and dry his eyes. Also, he did not retrieve costume. I will use my...
Being first hero instead.
Why?
Why not?
I don't know why I'm friends with you. I'm going to use my superpower, and I'm going to KO this henchman that's in the same space as me. Now, it says, whenever I deal 1 damage equal to the amount of injuries I have, interestingly enough, that would trigger that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I deal 2 damage to the villain. So,
But she prevents 1 damage.
but she prevents 1 damage, so my plan is falling apart at the seams. Go.
Okay, so we go back to the villain phase.
Correct.
So she moves to 6. We
Yes.
pick up the threat track. We need another event token. She's dropping litter. I got it. Okay. And now we go to taking damage. So buyer is still within range 2.
Yep, I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go mutant power, charge, and strike to way overspend. Leaving just superpower in my hand.
What's happening?
He's going to bonk the villain for a bunch.
Oh,
This is
I'm
like
going to
barrel.
gigantorpedo.
Oh, you're gigantorpedoing. I
Derp.
see. My turn?
Yep.
So I am taking 1 for my injury, 2 for the villain, this. So that's 4.
Correct.
I did it! All right. I will use costume to move myself over here.
Okay. So I am taking 2 from Hornet and another 2 for the most underlings for, once again,
Oh,
4
Lord.
damage. So I'll defend with maneuver.
All right.
My turn?
Yep.
I'm going to gigantorpedo, which is going to deal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does this one count itself? Or just 7?
If it says...
Another?
It's 8. It'll
Each.
say another.
Yeah, it'll be 8, but it'll be 7 because she reduces it by 1.
Correct.
So I'm hitting the villain for 7.
Do not try to hone in on doing the most damage to her. All right. I'm going to strike this henchman next to me, which in turn will give me a headline. I'm going to place this over here.
I'm gonna stand up and announce a headline.
I become the first hero, I'm sorry. I unlock this.
Eternal Star has KO'd 2 henchmen.
Why, thank you. And I'm going to unlock my epic card Blast, okay? So it's all coming together. Not really. Go.
I'm gonna play charge, move 1, and knock out this Underling. And then we go to the villain phase. She's gonna go back to jaywalking. Tick up the threat track. Nothing happens.
It's the amount of disrespect these villains have. Is...
Agreed.
I mean, it's interesting. We were able to actually program disrespect into the game. This is not a victimless crime.
Travis.
So think of this. She could stay in the middle of the road. There's bees everywhere, right? So someone's going to hit the brakes. They might maybe they're late for an appointment. They inadvertently get their hornets. I'm sorry, that's almost like, is that like insectism or something?
Yeah.
There's like an entomologist out there just like slamming his hands. So we're he's sorry.
It's true.
It's true.
They're not.
I mean, I told you, get hit in the head with a bat. Maybe I just don't really see wings and I'm just like, baby.
I'm just like, baby.
All right. So where were we at? I was talking again. Oh, we're talking about her programming disrespect.
Yeah.
We're talking about you taking
You're
damage.
taking 3 damage.
Taysom.
I am taking 4 damage.
Taysom.
Defend with mutant power.
Okay. I have no actions. I'm going to get knocked out.
What are you doing, man? Don't skip the turn. We're trying to teach people. Oh wait,
I got knocked out.
on his turn. I'm confused because I keep telling such great stories.
We go back to the hero phase, and it's Travis's turn.
All right, charge. Okay, so I play charge. I'm the first hero. So charge says move 1 and deal 4 damage to a character at range 1, which would be 5 damage for me because I'm eternal. Then it says as long as I'm the first hero, charge has +1 move. So I can move 2 spaces. So what I'm going to do is go 1, 2, up into the fray, and kablank this guy in the face.
Kablank.
Kablank.
Kablanking dudes.
And my hands are naked. Oh no!
It's time to snipe you.
I didn't realize.
What about Crush
Stash? Your mustache is attacking me. I am
ripe for the picking.
I know,
Star.
but I was beaten up in space, man. Come on.
Now you're beaten up on the streets.
That's fine. I wanted to be injured anyway.
It's okay, Travis, if you knew how much I spent on dry cleaning. Facial hairs first and best defense.
What a sense.
So I'm going to deal 5. It can't. How do you want me to flip that? So I'm going to deal 5 damage to Travis because he's within range 3. So he has no cards. He can't defend. So he's knocked out.
And I'm dumb.
And so he takes all his cards and flips them over.
Are you doing
Gains an injury. Yeah, I can do it for him. And I gain 4 fame for knocking him out. So I go up to 10, which means I have gained 10 fame.
Oh, the swing.
Fancy
Like a
Mouse has gained 10 fame.
There's just like chaos happening.
So I'll gain Surge and put it right into my hand.
Fancy beard, you so insane.
Like a fancy boss.
That's terrible. There is one good part about this. I do get to talk more in a minute.
Travis, you should show us how his beard attacked you.
It went like this. He goes.
Kabonk.
He basically made like here's what happened. He's got like the curly 1920s strongman, and it's like one of those what are those things called at a kids party? You go and it rolls out like you did that with like the curly mustache. It just like rolled, unfurled, smashed my purple bruised face, and then rolled back in.
I'm resting on my turn.
Oh, into the hero phase.
All right, villain phase.
So since I'm knocked out, I got knocked out in the hero phase, I don't take damage during the villain phase because even though these guys are evil, they don't beat up on unconscious people.
So he won't take any damage because he's knocked out.
They're like bears. Pretend like you're dead. And
I'm going to take 4 damage again. I'm going to use my costume. And I'm going to move 1 so that I can get within range of this guy.
Let's see.
I'm great at designing games and terrible at playing them.
2,
It's a fact.
3, 4.
I think I've won like 5
6,
games of
7.
Infamy in a year and a half.
I will use my costume to move.
You're not gonna pick up litter. You're gonna keep cleaning the streets.
No.
Dark.
I got my
He's
headline.
dark.
I don't care.
He's dark. He just thumbs up the litter. Sweet apple core, bro.
Get this.
Hero phase.
Okay.
I have to pick up my cards to rest. So last I was talking about how I was in the Mir space station. So they put me in a Soyuz capsule. They shot me back to Earth to go to an emergency room. The issue was they kind of their what's that called? Trajectory was off. So I ended up in a Meijer parking lot. If you guys don't know what Meijer is, that's because you don't live in Indiana. And there I was operated on by aliens that happened to be parked for the everyday low prices. And they began to surgically operate on me to improve my physiology and making me a creature of irony. The more hurt I get, the stronger I become.
For the everyday low prices.
For the everyday low prices of injuries.
Okay. I'm going to play Surge, which says resolve in any order. If your mutant power is spent, activate your superpower. If your superpower is spent, activate your mutant power. So I'm going to start by dealing 5 damage,
That's not ever
To
good
the
until it
villain.
says I'm going to start.
which means I activated my superpower. Facial hair is first and best defense. If you only knew how much I spent on dry cleaning. And then I will knock out this dude here.
Can you dry clean sequins?
I mean, can you or should you?
I think that's.
I think it's a hand wash
I think
only.
that's what you have. Yeah, hand wash only.
So I now have KO'd 3 underlings. I'm going to choose the retrieve 2 actions.
It's important conversations.
I'm ready for this. Fancy Beard has KO'd 3 underlings.
3 of underlings.
3 of underlings.
Yep, so I'm going to choose to retrieve 2 actions. I'll get back Surge and Costume.
Gratis. Whose turn is it?
It will be my turn. I'm going to maneuver 1, 2, 3, 4, and retrieve my costume.
Uh-oh.
He's getting close.
He's putting his knee pads on.
Alright, back to the villain phase. So he moves,
Dark Giant has
we
arrived.
tick
at the
up,
party.
nothing happens, and we take damage.
Oh no.
So Trav, it looks like you're taking 5, 7 total.
Blink.
That's the start.
K-Steam. I think I want to get in range here. I'm first hero. I need to... Let me see what's going on here. Okay. So I'm 1 away, so I'll hit that headline either way. So actually I will get back my deflect. Not move.
I'm taking 4 from Hornet, 5, 6, 7
Hornet?
total. Hornet. I will defend with costume and retrieve maneuver.
I'm also taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yaga.
10. I will
The Yeah twins?
defend with charge and costume to move forward 1 spot.
Uh-oh, Nick.
I have a few cards in my hand. I'm not
That's
worried.
true. You are fancy.
The
Alright.
fanciest of all fancies.
Alright, me turns?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna Big Bang Boom. Bloosh! I will deal 6, 7 damage to this donk. Meaning that I gain 2 fame. And then I deal 1 damage to the villain for each injury I have. So I will deal 2, which is in turn 1, which will put me at 10 damage to the villain.
Should be 1 more because you're dealing 2 plus 1 is 3.
You are correct. Thank you.
Minus 1 is 2.
Shut up. No, it says deal 1 damage. Oh, yeah. So I owe 4.
Should be at 11.
Respectable. Basic math. You old so-and-so. So now I get to headline. So I can deal 1 damage to the villain for each injury I have and gain 2 fame. A hero of my choice can gain or lose an injury. Nick's guy is like just gets rid of them. Or a hero of your choice gains an injury and I can retrieve an action. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to do a hero of my choice gains an injury, Dark Giant. Take that. And I will put dealt 10 damage to the villain on here, and I will get back my superpower.
Okay. I will.
Done? Boom!
What?
I achieved the headline.
Oh, you got me. I was doing math.
I will surge, dealing 5 damage to Mama Hornet, which is reduced to 4.
4 net damage.
4 net damage, which gives me 12 damage to the villain.
Sorry about you, bro.
So I'll use this to activate
I'll
my
get you this time.
minion power, or my mutant power.
Fancy Beard has dealt 10 damage to the villain.
So I'm gonna knock out these 2 dudes.
It'd be better if you were just like tweeting it.
I don't have that.
Your guy's like knocking people out. And
I don't have the tweet.
Does he have like the terrible belt clip, cell phone belt clip like dads have? The holster?
Go ahead, Byron.
Like.
There. Go for it, there.
You,
Brian, you having a lot of fun right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
800.
Oh, you have 2 costumes.
That's right. I put 2
He's
outfits on.
fancy.
I'm the
That's
fancy.
fine. Thematically, he has multiple costumes. Look at Karira. Her hands are getting tired. She's using the chair as a...
I'm going to use
Chair pod.
mutant
That's how you
power
make me
to
laugh. I don't shake it.
Gargantulanche my strike. Dealing a total of 7 reduced by 1, so 6.
She's almost
And I'll headline.
really dead.
Really most sincerely dead.
We reduced her HP, right?
I put it back on.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
This is
Otherwise
full
she
game?
would have died like 2 turns ago.
Yeah,
And she would have died this turn.
I'll get Surge.
Welcome to the game.
Thanks.
Take rats.
Alright, back to the villain phase. And damage. So,
Alright, so I'm
Barb.
taking 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll get knocked out.
Gratis.
Raz.
There's just litter everywhere.
Oh! You should have picked that trash up, jerk. You ready?
Taking damage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd rather not, but... So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm in range of her,
Yep.
so
8
8.
all day. Yep.
So I'm going to go deflect. Blink. And then I so I think maneuver is a safe discard at this point. Alright.
I'm taking 2 and 4 from her, a 6. I will costume and retrieve my mutant power.
Did we move the threat box?
Rest
Threat
on my turn.
box.
Alright.
Swear.
Why is that box so funny to me?
Alright, so I have... I'm going to play Blast. So currently I can deal a total of 9 damage. So I'm going to go 4, 4, and then 1 to the villain.
You're just going to kill her.
No, I want to headline and then I'm going to kill her.
Okay.
Can't I do that?
You may do whatever you like.
You can do whatever you like. Well, here's the thing. This is cascading headline, so I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go 4, 4, 1. Okay?
Okay.
So I KO these 2, so it gives me 2,
Mm-hmm.
which puts me on... I'm going to choose to activate 10 fame first. So I deal 1 damage to the villain for each injury I have. So only 1, correct?
Eternal Star has gained 10 fame.
Why, thank you.
And you score 2 fame for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take your 1 damage for her.
And he KO'd 3 underlings.
Yeah, I took 1 off of her.
But hasn't
Wait,
done
she
it
had
yet.
8.
Oh, okay. And then I will... Oh, I already did that one. So a hero of my choice gains or loses an injury. So
You already did that to me.
no,
This is not-
no, for myself. So
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and I've KO'd 3 underlings. Did you do that already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did both.
Dagger. I'll heal myself.
5 headlines. Sweet game.
I am going to...
Sometimes you get 5 headlines.
It just happens.
Well, you guys went for all the
go
action early, and I kind of ran around to set myself up for the long game.
I'm just going to strike this henchman.
Oh.
Letting her sneak away a little bit.
No.
In the first hero. And you're resting because you got knocked out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, villain phase. She moves 11. Take this up. And she doesn't drop anything. Now we take damage, starting with me. I am taking 2. I will defend with maneuver.
I'm taking 3.
Fire
Might
taking
have to
7
take
before you.
damage first. So 2, 5, 7. Costume.
Don't do it. You done?
Yeah.
Discard charge.
Hero phase, I'm going to rest. Sorry about that.
I could have snipedy snippety you.
What do you have in your hand? Superpower and what? Strike. Too many things.
Are you trying to dark me out here?
I might be able to, actually.
I like that you don't know. That works to my advantage.
6,
Here you go, just roll.
11.
If you get a 7,
12,
you hit,
it's
you knock
12. You get him.
No.
No.
Yeah, I can mutant power into charge, which is going to deal 11, 13 for 12 damage. Yeah.
Dagger, quit knocking me out, guys!
And I'll get 6 fame from that,
Good news.
which will allow me to act.
He's already
I'll-
dead.
I know, I'm going to move 2 and lose an injury. Oh, it's 10 fame.
He's going to try to beat your lifeless corpse.
So I'll move down this way.
He's running so fast that his wounds are scabbing over.
Okay, so Travis, it's up to you. Oh, you're knocked out? That's unfortunate. Why don't you wake him up? Rest.
Well, he just knocked me out with that, so it's a villain phase next.
I went first.
Yeah,
Oh.
you just have to rest.
I am resting.
Can we go to the villain phase?
Interesting.
It's time for the villain phase.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you forgot your origin story. No! I knew you were smiling. I thought you were my friend.
There are no friends in Zeta City.
That was the worst. This is my favorite thing, is to talk.
Every hero for himself. Herself. That's
Every hero for I's self.
For themselves.
I was using the what was the expression I was using? Nick and eyes.
Nick and Eyes. Yeah.
Nick and eyes.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean eyes? I was like, you know our friend Eyes.
I'm
The
taking
one with the pretty eyes.
2 damage.
All right, so look, right now we got 2 new backers. I'm going to do a shout out to the 2 backers. Brian Denning and Ben, oh wow, how do you pronounce this? Imes. I-H-M-S. Eames. Imes. Ames. Eames. Ben!
Ims. I just call him Ben.
Hey Ben!
I'm taking 5.
I can't believe I've been
2,
KO'd twice.
3, yeah, 5. I'll cover it with strike.
Take some damage, boss. Looks like 4.
I will deflect and wish that this card was an attack.
That's why it's not an attack.
I know.
Okay, back to the hero phase. I'm going to play superpower and knock out this dude.
I'm going to maneuver.
When I move, you move.
Oh, not near
2,
anyone.
3, 4, and I'm going to retrieve costume.
Well, my milkshake brings all the bats to the yard. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, get up in the mix and return my deflecting stuff. I'm done.
Return my deflecting stuff. Alright, villain phase.
Oh, I never fail on quirks. Do you remember that one time we played and they both like smoke screened me to make me... It was like Bayer was like,
Oh, hey, it's pretty nice outside today. Do you like blow pops?
Nick was like, your shirt looks really good. And then the next thing I know, boom, 2 points down. Dishonesty duo over here.
Time to take damage. 2 I take, so I'll discard my mutant power. I mean, you guys totally missed that. I missed mine.
When?
2, 3.
Just then.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Next
6.
level.
I'm off my game.
I'll
I felt like I was
defend
doing
with
awesome
costume
until
and
just then.
return.
And it was only 2 points, and now you're so disheartened.
My heart hurts. These people are liars. We have annihilated. I mean, this is just really quickly.
I'll return charge.
PSA: if you loiter, this is what will happen to you. Also, if you jaywalk,
Damage.
you will be attacked by hornets.
Damage.
All major cities should implement that into their city.
taking?
Hornet legislation.
Who, me?
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah, I'm working on it, man. Let me do this part
I'm just
first.
curious.
Yeah. I know you are.
Curious beard.
Alright, who am I near? Your silly butt. I'll get my deflect back.
Okay, I'm going to surge on my turn.
Gross.
Facial hair is first and best defense. If you only knew how much I spent on dry cleaning. So I'll deal 5 to this guy for my superpower.
Stop it!
And then 4 to this guy
I
for my
ran
mutant
all the way
power.
there!
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing running there. It would have been fine had you used your maneuver to go first, because then you would have gotten to attack those guys first. But you decided to retrieve an action
I don't
instead.
know what's happening. I messed up my story and now I don't know anything.
You just lost.
I lost the game because of storytelling.
Go ahead, Byron.
Subtractive power.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna charge, but I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna kill this guy.
So, what is that? You just do this.
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
Shoulder thing, like Rihanna. Oh, Nicholas, pickle face. I do not like thou.
Bring it on. You gonna blast me for...
I mean, my eyes.
Yeah, agreed.
I think actually I should superpower here, so I can.
Almost, no.
I think I will be able to kill her, right? Because I do 3 minus 2. No, I'll be 1 off, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Tay Worston stuff. Tay Worston stuff. I mean, that is just the overkill deluxe.
No, I wanted to be prestige.
Tay getting 1 point. We have destroyed everyone.
Okay, villain phase.
New backer, Mark Viray Regalado for $1. Thanks, Mark.
Your dollar is much appreciated, citizen.
Thank you, citizen.
So I am taking 2 here.
We should do something. Can we do animatronic with your beard? Is that the thing that we would do to make your beard move?
I guess.
Is that the term? You're smart. What do you think?
I'm going to retrieve
Animatronic.
maneuver.
Well, when I was doing the first
just put in
Indiana Jones
worms.
movie, we used animatronics
Just
for.
go with Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, I'm just going to put night crawlers in my beard.
Worm beard?
I'm getting knocked out.
How many times are you being... Like, I like how you're
3.
giant and you're tough and you're just constantly unconscious.
It's a
sick
lot
of
of
this.
work.
All right,
He's
hero
tired.
phase.
Dandy beard over here.
Good work, Dandy Beard.
I didn't think I took damage. Because I struck.
Okay,
Just
take
skip me.
4. There you go. Boom.
This is the
It's a new Eternal Star. So mad at everything.
What's in your hand there?
The World's Fair.
Tay World's Fair?
Out of curiosity, can you do me 19?
No. But I mean, I might as
Yeah, nope, wouldn't be enough.
get some more
26.
damage in, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna
You're gonna hit me for 6?
and then I do that's enough to kill her, right? Because I get +1, so I deal 1 damage for each. No, it's a -1.
Okay, well you're doing me 6, so I'll costume to defend it. I'll move over here, pick up this litter. And then on my turn, I will maneuver.
Do you have pockets? No!
And I will drop it off in this trash can.
All I've done is help you.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate
It's
you.
Eternal Star.
Thank you, Eternal Star.
Let's hit in the face with a
Fancy
bat.
Beard has finally thrown away 1 piece of trash.
I'll move over here and grab another piece of my ability. I waited until the very end to swoop up all the headlines of picking up trash.
You're the worst.
You're resting, right? Okay. Moving it,
That pizza made my stomach hurt so bad.
taking this down, attacking. Travis,
Yeah.
take 4. I take 2. Baya. He's on fire.
I'm taking.
He's on
7.
fire.
8. You had a long rolling there.
That's fine.
Wants to pwn you.
I'll do this and this.
Uh-oh. Sergio's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I can.
All right.
Get to work, Trev.
I will rest.
Resting
Now,
on the last turn? Yeah, me too.
let me tell you a little bit about myself.
Yeah,
While you're
break us off
talking-
a piece.
After
surge.
aliens performed surgery on me, which makes me have momentary lapses of consciousness, which is why I miss. No one even cares about my story. Can
No.
you believe this? All right, yeah. So anyway, I got hit in the face by a bat. Aliens ripped
Use
my
your
guts
superpower
out, and I
first.
lost the game.
Fill that underline.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, at this
Which
point,
gives me the headline too.
just come on, stand up for yourself once. Do it for yourself.
Come on.
Be a fanboy for yourself.
This is another hero.
You made the team, dude. Psych, Nick made the team.
I.
Giant dark. Dark giant. We say
Giant
first.
dark.
Giant dark.
The giant dog.
So you get a fame for that. And you knocked
And
out the
then,
villain, so you
yeah,
get another
4
4
for
fame
that.
for him.
All right, so the game is over.
So now we go through this end of game scoring. We look at the headlines, and you score points equal to the spots you are on the headlines. Where if you're the first to get there, you're going to get 3 points. Second will get 2 points, and third will get 1 point. So we'll count up red first. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, 11 points for red. It looks like yellow has 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And purple has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11.
Sweet disco.
And then we look at quirks. So you score points for whatever your cube is still on quirks.
8.
I got away with 1. We all missed it once, but nobody caught me.
I know, no honor system here.
That's all right. Villain damage. So we take our villain damage and we divide it by 2 and round down. That's how many points you score. I got 6.
6 for me.
Byron
No,
also-
7 for me. Sorry.
Byron's got 7. Travissimo,
19.
19 damage.
Yeah,
Okay, so you get 9 points.
yeah.
Okay. Travis did the most damage dealt to the villain is 4 points. That's Travis. Most henchmen KO'd. I have 5.
That's you.
Okay. And most underlings KO'd. I have 6.
That's also you.
And then injuries. -2 for injuries. I don't have any injuries.
-4.
Buyer. Okay.
All right.
So Fancy Beard,
Fancy Beard took Mama Hornet down and has made the team.
the champions of Zeta City.
He's the champions of Fancy City.
Woo!
You did it.
Let's get that catchphrase one more time.
Fancy beard.
What's that
Is it
catchphrase?
awkward enough for you? If you only knew how much I spent on dry cleaning. Facial hair is my facial hair is first.
Facial hair.
That's
You're
defense.
fired.
That was, yeah.
You're fired.
Facial hair is first and best defense.
You have to do like a cool, like a triumph, like
Facial hair's first and best defense.
It's like an old timey
Yeah.
1920s.
yeah, like a guy that's like
Like
a,
one of the muscle guys, you
Yeah.
know.
And now I will lift this baby hippo over my abdomen.
that kind of a voice.
I don't think I have that voice.
Watch as I drink this bottle of Pepto-Bismol and draw a picture of a comet.
Any final comments about the game?
All right, so as you can see here, everyone had like a little bit of different strategies. I tried to go for the long game. Do you understand what I was doing? I was trying to go to set myself up to get the trash and the villain damage
Right.
and injure myself so I could be the one to get the villain damage first. At which point I thought it would push me across the margin for the gain 10 fame. I obviously made some really big and horrible miscalculations in terms of allowing myself to be knocked out twice. Because if you take that away, that puts me up. Well, I mean, I wanted to be injured, so I was going to be injured anyway in both instances. But that would drop Nick 4 points.
Probably more. Really, me being able to snipe you and kill you there gave me a headline a little bit before I should have, because at that point I was still 2 underlings away from hitting a headline and like 6 villain damage from being able to hit the headline. So it gave me Surge like 2 turns earlier than I should have gotten it, and then I played Surge like another 3 or 4 times that game in the 15 turns. So I was really able to abuse my epic power because of you know.
And mutants, the thing is, like, mutants' bonus card is the worst one. They have the weakest of bonus actions. So they're really dependent on their surge, their mutant power, and their superpower. And their mutant powers are often very
They're a little weaker. Than some of
weaker.
the basic
Yeah,
cards.
they're weaker
They're just different.
than what some of the other actions would be. And that's because we know that the intention is the design.
Once you
intention
get Surge, you
is
don't want them
you
taking-
start comboing. You don't want them to have like 2 massive powers at once. So, Bayer, what happened with you? What was the wrong thing? What happened? with
I
Roger?
first messed up here when I did the retrieve 2 actions instead of just getting Surge earlier. And then I had some math issues
in this general
I don't
area
add will.
and got knocked out.
What's blue plus 3?
Like at least one time I forgot that I was taking 4 instead of 2, which forced me to rest and kind of got off my rhythm.
Yeah. I thought I was playing pretty well and doing kind of a neat thing with her because I was trying to lean on the fact that my superpower works so well with my lower card in being able to generate extra damage, and so. But I just didn't really. I mean, I really didn't kill KO very many guys.
The game almost ended here on 10. Like, you could have hit him and then I could have striked him, or I could have striked him and let you deflect to kill him. But Strike was only dealing 4 damage to her, rather, which means I was only going to get 2 points for hitting her there because it would be 4 divided by 2. It could have made it so that I would be in the leader for most villain damage, which is another 4 points. So that would have been good. But then I realized I took a look to see how many henchmen they had KO'd and how many underlings they had KO'd, and I was only 1 henchman behind. So I thought that if I planned right and I hit a henchman here, got the tie, and then used my superpower to snipe these 2 last ones, then I would have that on lock. And that's what happened is I locked that up, and then when I was surging, I was also getting to KO an underling at the same time. So I went from being tied at like 3 underlings to having 5.
I thought you were going to hit me. No. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. That was you were right whenever I should have maneuvered here and I should have become first hero because that would have put us on, an even spread for henchmen.
Right.
So that's 4 points that you lose, or we share 2 points there. Right. And I lost another underling, so that was another 1 point, which that would have put us on tie as well for that. I mean, that was a huge list. I mean, I sacrificed that to get deflect back, which gave me an odd number of points to the villain, so essentially you could argue that 1 point was from the deflect that I got back on that instance, at which point I gained nothing from doing it.
Right.
I mean, it helps me to secure most damage, but it didn't actually afford me any extra damage in terms of points.
And you did most damage by like 7.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like you had that on lock.
Yeah, so even though we didn't see like tech and vigilantes in the game, like all the hero types are very different. They all have very specific strategies, but even within those strategies, they explore different avenues.
Yeah, we had 2 mutants and they played completely differently.
Yeah, his guy is very much about like just smashing things at close range. Nick is all about being gross and hitting people with his dirty face from long distances, and then using it to brush his shirt off.
Catch soup.
Yeah.
Soup catcher.
He just weaves like a ladle and throws soup.
It's disgusting. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. We hope that this helped, and feel free to comment and find us on the Google.